Over the last 30 days, this children's animation story channel has generated earnings ranging from $3,200 to $52,000 through their faceless video. Getting started with this type of channel is surprisingly more accessible than you might imagine, and in this video, I'll demonstrate precisely how you can do it. The first step is to create scripts for your children's animation. There are two approaches you can take to accomplish this. The first method involves utilizing ChatGPT for assistance. Once on ChatGPT, you should prompt it with the following: write me a short kids animation about, and then provide a description of your story. This description can be either concise or highly detailed, depending on your preference. Following that, specify the type of characters you desire in your story by stating, the characters should be. Keep in mind that since this is a children's story, the characters commonly include humans, animals, and sometimes even furniture or other inanimate objects. To proceed, complete this prompt. As an example, here's what I've written. Write me a short kids animation about making friends by being nice to people. The characters should be farm animals. Another element you can incorporate into your prompt is specifying the number of characters. If you have a particular count of characters in mind for your story, use the prompt only include number of characters and indicate the desired quantity. Lastly, an essential addition to this prompt is specifying that the story should take place in a one-scene background. I include this because, without it, ChatGPT might generate a story with multiple backgrounds, necessitating the generation of each one separately. To streamline the process, I recommend incorporating this prompt. Once your prompts are set, simply press enter. Now, as demonstrated, ChatGPT has provided us with a concise and appealing story that we can consider for our animation. Alternatively, the second method involves opening Notepad or Google Docs and crafting your own story manually. This option allows you to leverage your full creative potential in the process of generating a unique and personalized narrative. Regardless of the approach you select, whether you craft your own narrative or utilize ChatGPT's story, once your story is complete, it's time to proceed to the next step. The following step involves creating voiceovers for your characters, and for this, you'll want to utilize 11 Labs. You can find a link to 11 Labs in the video description. Before you proceed with voice generation, it's crucial to identify the characters in your story. Simply return to ChatGPT, review your story briefly, and take note of the various characters present. Upon examination, you can identify the narrator, Clara the cow, and Oliver the duck in the story. Record this information in a notepad for reference, indicating the characters you'll need to generate. With this knowledge, return to 11 Labs, making sure you are in the speech synthesis section. Navigate to the settings section and click on the small drop-down arrow. Proceed to listen to the various voices provided, evaluating each one to determine which works best for each character in your story. Now, you can observe that I've chosen 3 distinct voices, Dorothy, Gigi, and Mimi, for the different characters in my generation. Let's take a moment to listen to each of these voices individually. First, let's hear Dorothy.
Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes.
Dorothy's tone seems well suited for the narrator role in my story, especially considering she is labeled for children's stories. Now, let's listen to Mimi, who is assigned the role of the cow.
If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.
Here's the representation of our cow, Mimi. As for Oliver the duck, we've chosen the voice of Gigi.
Happiness can exist only in acceptance.
I've chosen 3 voices that I believe are ideal for my children's animation story. Once you've finalized the voice selections, the next step is to commence the generation of the voiceovers, and the process is straightforward. The first voice I'll be generating is Dorothy, designated as the narrator. Returning to ChatGPT, I'll copy the corresponding voiceover. Return to 11 Labs and paste the copied text, ensuring that Dorothy is selected. After that, simply click on Generate, and 11 Labs will produce the voiceover. Now, let's listen to the generated voiceover.
A sunny day on Old MacDonald's farm. The barn is bustling with cheerful farm animals. Enter Clara, a kind-hearted cow with a bell around her neck, and Oliver, a friendly duck with a bright orange beak.
That sounds fantastic and is perfectly suitable for kids animation. Once you're satisfied with the voiceover, proceed to download it. Simply click Download, and it will be saved to your computer. Once the first voiceover is downloaded, delete it, return to ChatGPT, copy the second voice section where the narrator is speaking, paste it in, generate once more, and download again. I understand you might be wondering why we're generating the voiceovers one by one instead of combining them into a single paragraph. The reason for this approach is that doing it individually actually simplifies the organization of files, making it easier for you to use them later. Trust me, attempting to generate them all together can complicate the process. To clarify, I've organized my desktop by creating 3 distinct folders for each character: the narrator, the duck, and the cow. Now that I've downloaded the narrator voiceover, I can easily copy it and paste it into the designated narrator folder. Now, if we access that folder, you'll notice all the voices neatly arranged in the correct order. This method ensures easy organization, making it a breeze to locate and use them later. If you were to have just one folder with a single large file, the editing process would require breaking it up into sections, creating more hassle and consuming additional time. Trust me, adopting this approach will prove to be more efficient and time-saving in the long run. Proceed to generate all the various narrator voices until you have them all. Once that's accomplished, move on to the next character by referring to your notepad, checking which voice you selected, example, Gigi for the duck, and then repeating the process. Go to the settings, select the corresponding voice, copy the relevant character's lines from ChatGPT, paste them into 11 labs, generate, and download. Repeat this for all the voiceovers of each character, ensuring you organize them systematically into folders on your computer for convenient future use. In no time, I've successfully generated all the voices for our various characters. I even noticed one named Billy and included him. All the voices are now neatly organized within a folder. With all the voices prepared, it's time to commence the animation generation, and rest assured, this part is incredibly easy, enjoyable, and cool. To initiate the animation generation, the primary tool we'll be utilizing is Canva. You can locate a link for Canva in the description below. Once on Canva, use the search bar to look for a YouTube video template and press enter. Select the option labeled Blank YouTube Video, and it will redirect you to the following scene. The initial scene required for your animation is the background of the video. Considering our story is set on a farmland, to obtain the background, navigate to Elements and search for the specific element you need. In our scenario, we're looking for a farmland background. After clicking on Graphics, browse through the provided options and select the one you believe suits your video best. Adjust the size accordingly to ensure it fits seamlessly onto your chosen background scenery. And there you have it, the background for your animation. If you wish to enhance the scene further, you can freely add more elements. For instance, if I wanted to include a fence, I could stay in the Element section, search for the term fence, navigate to Graphics, choose a suitable option, and seamlessly incorporate it into my image. Congratulations on creating the background. However, it might look a bit dull for a kid, but don't worry, I'll show you how to bring it to life with animation. In just 10 more seconds, you can transform this into something much more engaging. So in order to do this, what you will need to do firstly is download the background, and in order to download it, you want to click where it says Share, and then you want to hit Download. And it's going to tell you to download as an MP4. No, what you want to do is download this as a PNG, and then click Download. After downloading your background, navigate to a website called LeiaPix, link provided in the description. Once on LeiaPix, click on Get Started, and it will direct you to this page. Remember, this platform is free to use. On this page, upload the file you downloaded from Canva, and presto, your image is already much more dynamic. If you're satisfied with this, simply click Export, and it will be downloaded to your computer. However, if you want to adjust the level of motion, feel free to play with the settings on the side before downloading the output. Now that you've downloaded your enhanced background, proceed to the Upload section in Canva and upload the file from LeiaPix. Compare the initial static image to this dynamic, movable background. It's as simple as that to elevate your animation. With the background ready, let's move on to the next step. Now, we need to generate the scenes for our video. To achieve this, return to ChatGPT, read the provided text, and generate the corresponding content for your images. The initial scene involves the narrator introducing our characters, Clara the cow and Oliver the duck. To create this scene, return to Canva and search for your characters. Starting with the duck, navigate to the Elements section, click on Graphics, and browse through the provided options. Select the duck that you believe would work best for your animation. Having added our characters to the scene, the next step in generating the animation is to make them move. This process is quite simple. Begin by clicking on the first character, in this case, Clara the cow. Once selected, you'll notice the Animate option at the top. Click on it, then go to Create an Animation by clicking in this section. Animating the cow is as straightforward as moving her around. Click on Clara and simply move her up and down, giving the impression of hopping towards the center to join her friend. Once done, you'll see the animation in the box. It's advisable to click on the Steady option for smoother movement. Additionally, you have the flexibility to adjust the speed, increase for a faster animation or decrease for a slower one, depending on your preference. You also have the option to choose motion effects like rotate, flicker, pulse, or wiggle. I suggest adding a touch of wiggle, but when you double-click on it, be sure to bring down the intensity to avoid making it too pronounced. That's how simple it is to add animation effects. Following the same process, I'll click on the duck, choose Animate, then Create an Animation, and move it a bit closer. Once again, I'll adjust the settings by clicking on Steady and double-clicking on Wiggle to fine-tune the intensity. Now that we've successfully animated our first scene, let's proceed to create the second scene. It's remarkably simple. Just click on the three dots at the bottom and select Duplicate Page. Once the page is duplicated, proceed to reset the positions of your characters. Click on this option, and a box will open. Select Delete Path, then click on the cloud, choose Custom, and once again, click Delete Path. Ensure that your characters are positioned where the last scene ended so you can seamlessly continue from that point. Now, according to ChatGPT, a shy lamb named Billy looks a bit lost and enters the scene. To animate this next segment, follow the same process. Navigate to Elements, find the character you want, in this case, Billy the lamb, and add it in. Once you have all the characters for this scene, proceed to animate their movements using the same process as before. With the completion of the second animation, it's time for the next crucial step in your animation process, adding the voiceovers for your characters. An animation isn't complete without the accompanying voiceovers. Adding voiceovers to your animation is straightforward. Head to the Upload section and upload all the voiceovers you downloaded from 11 Labs. Place your playhead at the desired starting point. Click on the corresponding voiceover in the section provided, and just like that, it will be seamlessly integrated into your scene. So now take a look at what it sounds like.
Hey there, Billy. What's wool on your mind?
Now, our animation is shaping up quite nicely. It's so easy. Click on the character, animate them, add the voiceover, and repeat for the entire animation. Keep in mind that you have the flexibility to experiment with how you want your scenes to unfold, how your characters move, when they speak, and when they don't. This process is all about having fun, so let your creativity shine through and enjoy the journey. And there you have it. I've completed animating my videos and adding in the voiceovers. But before you consider your video finished, there's one last thing you should do to elevate its quality to a viral level. The final touch for your video is adding background music. To do this, visit pixabay.com. Once there, use the search bar to find what you're looking for. For example, if you want music related to children, search for the word children. In the corner, make sure music is selected, and you'll find nearly 2,000 songs to choose from. Here, you can play various songs and choose the one you like. Once you've found the perfect background music, download it to your computer. After downloading, return to Canva and upload the background music onto your project. After uploading the music to Canva, make sure your playhead is at the beginning of your scene. Once there, click on the desired sound to add it to your video. After adding it, click on the sound, then adjust the volume by clicking on the volume icon. It's crucial to lower the volume so that it doesn't overpower the voiceover and becomes distracting. Keep it as low as possible. And with that, your video is now complete. To download it, click on Share, select Download, ensure MP4 video is chosen, then click Download. Your animation will be downloaded to your laptop. P.S. You can further enhance it by incorporating text, sound effects, additional icons. The possibilities are entirely up to you. However, maintaining it as it is already sufficient to create a great video. But don't just take my word for it. Now it's time for you to witness the moment you've been waiting for. What does the final result look like? Well, here are the results.
A sunny day on Old MacDonald's farm. The barn is bustling with cheerful farm animals. Enter Clara, a kind-hearted cow with a bell around her neck, and Oliver, a friendly duck with a bright orange beak.
Hey there, Billy. What's wool on your mind?
Oh, hi. I'm just feeling a little bashful.
You got this!
No need to be sheepish, Billy. We're here to make friends. How about joining us for a stroll around the farm?
Sure, why not?
A round of applause, everyone. That concludes our quick little animation, and it turned out quite impressive even with the quick pace. Just imagine the results with more time and effort invested. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on this method. Did you like the results? Share your feedback in the comments below. Remember, the more animations you create, the better your videos will become, and the overall process will become more effortless. Before you know it, you'll have your own thriving channel up and running. Just remember to stay unique and consistent. Now that you know how to get started with a channel like this, go ahead and give it a try. If you want to learn more from me, check out another video on my channel.